objectively, I really don't think people are bad, right? I don't really think people are bad. I think we have so eschewed our understanding of life, of what is right, what is wrong, and we're so trying, and we keep trying to make these things more complicated and more divisive every day. And I just don't get it. Like, what is your deal? Like, let it go. Just let it go. Let it go. And the moment you let it go, you sort of understand that, like, look, we live in an absurd world where sort of the worst case scenarios happen pretty frequently. But we can still try to just do better. And if we keep doing better, at some point, hopefully, we will start to believe it. And all those lies that we've had to tell ourselves and had to pretend and have those false smiles, sooner or later, those just become who we are. And if, I would tell this to a person. I would try it for 6 months. I was going to say a year, but try it for 6 months. Try just pretending to be both empathetic for people, happy all the time, not, absurdly happy, but, friendly and kind, and even when you're a little stressed, just try to just do it a little bit better. Every email I send, I put a hello. Why? Because, hi. Like, I'm jumping in your inbox, I know this is annoying. Like, no one else does it. I'm the only one that does it. It's a little quirk of mine. I'm fine with it. I'm from the Midwest. But, because of that, if we do that a little bit, if we do those simple things, I think over time we'll be closer to God. We'll be closer to the true, we'll be closer to where we need to be. I think a lot of things can happen in that space. And if we do that long enough, sooner or later, the next generation will be better than you were, and then theirs will hopefully be better than the next. And you can deal with these sort of things as a collective. We are not in a space, it seems, to really move in a collective, and I understand that. But what I will say is that we really need to do a better job of caring about one another. Like, when I go outside my freaking house and I go to work, I see all these homeless people in tents, and we're just kind of okay with that. Like, I worked in that sort of space before, but we're just sort of okay with it, and I don't understand why. I don't understand why we're okay with it. I don't understand why we don't fight it. I don't understand why things are so difficult. If we just simply didn't make things so hard for one another, we could really solve a lot of problems. But that would take a full-fledged change to our society, to our government, to our institutions, and I just don't see them changing. So then you have to be the only one that's willing to do it amongst yourselves. You have to be willing to do it when no one else is willing to do it. And if you're willing to do it then, maybe, just maybe, I don't know, I could be wrong, things will really change. At least for your little corner of the world, right? Like, at least for your location. I don't know. I think it would be good for all of us to be better at that. But, I don't know. It's like this scary movie. It's just fucking blood and... Why are you... It's all pretty sad to me, honestly. Wish we were in a better place. I will say though, the people who will still probably end up in hell will be the Christians who are anti-refugees, anti-LGBTQ people, racial groups of people. Like, those people, because there's a difference. There's a difference between being like, that's not my bag, I'm just going to do what I want to do, and you do what you want to do, and what you want to do is good. There's a difference between that and being like, oh yeah, I'm pro this team, or whatever, I'm pro this team, and then you actively choose to do something that is just villainous. Right? Like that, there is a difference. There really is a difference. There's a difference. I think all people really should be thinking about being better. I really think, like, bettering ourselves, whatever that means to you, like, really trying to strive for that, I think you're going to live a little bit longer. If you were going to die at 30, you're dying at 32. Or if you're not, not really, but, like, if you strive just a little bit for things, right? Like, if you just strive, if you push, if you really try to accomplish things, then over time, presumably, you will actually accomplish things. I would say the one thing about my wife, she accomplishes things not out of brute force, but with constant effort. I think it's sort of back to the sort of marriage thing. It's about effort. It's about how much do you want to persevere through this. And sometimes the answer is, like, you can. Like, sometimes it is that. But, the hope is that is not the case. The hope is it's not the case. But sometimes it is. I really don't see, my thing is, if we can, as people, do a little bit better, try to be a little bit better, really push for those types of things. What I love about the good places, at least they were fighting for points. What I like about the concept of fighting for points, at least it gives you something to be competitive about. Now, can you be competitive without being a dick? That's why we won't do that, right? Like, that's why that can't work, but, like, if you can theoretically. Yeah. My thought process is this. If we really try to be better, I think we can be better. I don't know if we have it in us. I don't know if we as people are so flawed at this point where it's impossible for us to go back. But I have a little bit of faith that if we really try, and if we just try to listen a little bit harder, we can really, truly, accomplish some things. Things that could really have an impact to make this place still a metropolis, a wonderful, country and plain paradise, a jungle and little cows and a coral reef flowing through. Like, you've been given such beauty everywhere. And just kind of wasting it. Eating, what are these called? Jalapeno poppers. And watching Netflix. And college football. That's what we do instead. Our biggest failure has been the concept of money. We need it. Yeah, so, I don't know. I don't remember where I was going with that. Food is loving me out. I have hope. If we push harder, if more people say, you know what, I'm committing myself to doing good, what that good means to you. Preferably not ethereal good, but good that exists sort of deeper inside of you. You know, like actually trying to tap into that. And if you have to fake it for a couple of years, that's fine. But give me at least 6 months a year. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Truth is, it's all very terrible. And there's nothing that anyone can do. But what about the people who wanted a different way? Like, I honestly think that most people are very comfortable and happy with their predicament. You know? Like, I feel like most people are very pleased with themselves. Like, it feels like to me that, like, hell is so... What hell has figured out is just be tolerable. You can still do all the evil, dark, terrible shit, but, like, just be tolerable. Honestly, I would prefer if we were in a different situation, but I think that is probably where we are.